Storm Warren here. Today we'll be taking a look into your severe weather update for tomorrow, which is Monday, and even into Tuesday. Now we're going to get started. Forgot to put this up. The SPC. Sorry about that. So they got an enhanced risk out on the plains for today. They got a marginal risk stretching from Illinois, heading near the Rockies, then turn north into Montana. Slight risk stays out on the plains. Your main threat is looking to be there could be isolated tornadoes in a few areas, like in Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. Damaging wind seems to be a primary threat, and same thing for the hail, which could be larger near the northern Rockies, like Wyoming and Montana. Let's see here. Seems like they don't have too much to say for day one. Here's day two. Day two is where it gets interesting. See, so we got three areas. Got one area up in Maine. We got a marginal risk up there. Then a marginal risk in portions of central to the northern plains. We also got a slight risk, and that's the area we're keeping an eye on closely. And I think we're just missing only one ingredient to make this a potential severe weather outbreak day. And I'll show you guys in just a moment. But we also got a marginal risk on the outside, stretching from the Panhandle of Texas into portions of the Central Plains into Ohio. Now, it seems like main threats for all these areas would be damaging winds. For this area in particular, we could have some large hail. Even isolated tornadoes is also a good possibility there. See, they got it all maxed out, and I'm not lying. I do agree having it maxed out is like risk at this point, because it is favorable for tornadoes to develop. It's just we're just missing one ingredient. It seems that that'll be the same situation going to day three. Missing one ingredient again. You can see here we got a marginal risk extending from Oklahoma and Texas into portions of Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Got two other areas of marginal. Got one in the upper Midwest and got one near the Rockies and Central Plains. Now the slight risk area has the chance for large hail, damaging winds, even isolated tornadoes for that. Again, we're missing one ingredient for both of these days here. Now Tuesday's not going to be as bad a day as day two would be, which is Monday. But we'll still keep an eye on this very closely. The only model I'm going to show you is the NAM3KM, and that's just the precipitation, that's it. Because I'm not going to show you the other stuff, because there's a lot into severe weather ingredients for all this, and I did look pretty much all of them. So let's start off the closest day, which is day two. We got dew points, CAPE, Helicity, Lifton Index, wind shear, EHI, and SIN. They're all favorable. The only thing that we're missing is the lap rates. That's where it's not favorable. And you need mid-level and low-level lap rates to create some thunderstorms. The best chance for thunderstorms at this point is actually going to be near the low pressure, which there is a flash flooding threat up there. If we had lap rates, if lap rates are favorable, we're talking about potential supercells that could produce some tornadoes there. You can see, I do agree that we can have all of them maxed out for slight risk. 15% for damaging winds and large hail. Tornadoes will stay at 5%. Now, the lap rates, if they go high, way above 7 degrees Celsius, then we're going to have a problem for that. Everything else is pretty good in place. And vorticity is something else. It is going to be in between. The locations include Illinois and Indiana, and that's it, where there could be the best chance for this. Let's go into day 3 here. You can see it's not as bad as the day 2. As you can tell here, we got dew points, Cape, Helicity, Lifton Index, Vorticity, and Sign In. And you see it in the red, that means bad news for that. But we do have wind shear and EHI in between. There is some good news there. Lap rates, again, it's not going to be favorable. The only difference between this day is the tornado threat will be lower, but the damage of winds of large hail will take the lead of this. Locations include Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio, and maybe a marginal risk for other parts of the Mid-Atlantic, and maybe a slight risk can be extended for those areas. But the main area I'm focusing on for day 3, and it seems like what models has the best area, there could be the best chance for supercells, and that's going to be Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio. I forgot to put Northern Tennessee. So Tennessee, you got a chance for it. Now, if I'm correct, whenever I read this, they're calling for the potential for a couple supercells, well, weak ones at least. Yeah, a few supercell structures will be possible, especially with the northeast extending in the warm sector. Let's see here. They're looking on the 0Z run. I'm looking on the 6Z, even on 12Z as well. So what the SPC typically uses to make day 3, even for the 8-day outlook, they only look into the 0Z, and I think they do look back into the other model ones, and they kind of average it out, and you get this, basically. So basically, what we'll probably see next is that some parts of Mid-Atlantic could get downgraded to a marginal risk after looking at a couple models, not showing as much thunderstorm activity as for portions of West Virginia, Tennessee, and Kentucky. It seems like it's starting to increase over there for those areas. And by the way, day 4 through 8 has nothing highlighted. Looks like they just updated one of these days here. Let's see. Could have been day 1. This here will update later this afternoon. Day 2 will. We have to wait for day 3 to be updated tonight. So let's look into the NAM 3KM. It's a high-res model. You can see here comes a couple clusters of thunderstorms here. Seems like we're going to have low pressure around that, or somewhere. Oh, yep, there it goes. It pops up. Here comes the squall line. Seems like it's starting to show a squall line through the very favorable areas, which is not good. You can see it pushes into Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia. That passes on through. Then there's a second round on day 2, some refiring. Now keep in mind, there is Cape values in Kentucky with 6,000, and that is a lot of Cape. So it is very favorable for thunderstorms to blow up very quickly. So it can be like a shower to a thunderstorm, maybe in like 20 minutes. So these thunderstorms can pop up very quickly. You can actually tell here how fast they pop up there. And it seems like low pressure may try to show up in that area, which that can increase some shear in the atmosphere, could create some supercells out in the southwestern Kentucky, southeastern Kentucky, even portions of West Virginia and Virginia as well. It seems like day 2 is not going to be that bad like it was, but you can see on here, it seems like there is potential for thunderstorms actually around the Ohio River there. But I don't really see supercells. All I see here is probably potential damaging wind gust event. So that probably makes me kind of downgrade, but this is one model. We got other ones out there. So we'll probably keep it large hail as the same and everything else because these models do not do a good job pinpointing thunderstorms where they're going to be. They do a good job with squall lines like these. So yeah, we will keep an eye on this very closely. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed this severe weather update. If y'all did like this video, hit that like button. If you already do like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you got any questions about this severe weather setup, put in the comment section down below and I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video.